why we stop using it is because we tell ourselves, ironically, we don't have enough time to create a to-do list. That's crazy, and I'll tell you why it's crazy. Because it actually only takes 5 minutes to create a to-do list. Probably even less, and I'll tell you why shortly. But it only really takes 5 minutes. And if we invest 5 minutes, there's a quote about investing time and not spending time. If we invest 5 minutes of our time to plan out our day, we actually free up time as opposed to take up time. But if we don't invest just 5 minutes to plan our day, then here's what starts to happen. We become vulnerable to all the different things that happen in the day that we didn't plan for. And then we're sitting there, we're trying to do our work, and we're trying to figure out where should I start, and what should I do next, and what should I do last. And because we haven't really planned out the day, we start getting distracted because the phone rings, our friend comes in, our favorite TV show is on, and then we start to remember what I'm about to tell you about brain research. That it takes the brain about 16 minutes to refocus after we've been distracted. And then we're going to remember what I'm about to tell you about research on productivity. That over the course of 8 hours of work, whether it's 8 consecutive hours or 8 collective hours, research shows that on average we will be interrupted about 80 different times. And then we start to do the math. 16 minutes for every one of those 80 interruptions is about 1,200 minutes. 1,200 minutes is about 21 hours. Which means that if we don't just invest 5 minutes to plan out our day, we lose 21 hours of our lives. I say it like that because it sounds really extreme, right? But those are numbers. But it's deeper than just being numbers. It's a problem. A good friend of mine once said the worst thing in life is not wasting money. We focus so much on money, but the truth is you can always get money back. The worst thing in life is wasted time, because once it's gone, once it's wasted, it's done. We can talk about a paper that we had to do, right? We can't go back and get that time back. So now we've got to figure out how to recover. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm just picking on you, but you're here to get help, right? Yeah. So now, right? We all are. And listen, I'm going to tell this to you. I'm going to say this to you because I always like to put myself in the spot. A lot of things that I'm going to tell you today are things that I've tried out, and I haven't perfected everything. But I've done enough research to find that if you do these things, they can definitely help. But here's what I want to say. A lot of people say, but it doesn't matter if you plan out your day, because these interruptions are going to happen no matter what. And I say that's partially true. Yes, all of these things that can potentially interrupt us will still occur. The chances of us being interrupted by them, especially for a considerable amount of time, decrease once we focus on what we have to do, once we have a plan. But here's the problem. Most of us have tried it to do this. Many of us have seen it work. Almost all of us have stopped using it. And here's the reason why. Or here's another reason why. We put way too many things on our to-do list. Even if you think about, when I asked you the question, what would you do if you had all the time in the world? I heard a pretty long list. So even our dreams of the things we want to do are a long list. We put way too many things on our list, and it's understandable because research says that on average, we have about 150 different things that we need to do in a single day. Which means that research also shows that every single day we're set up to fail. Because we can't possibly do 150 different things. So we shouldn't focus on trying to do 150 things or 100 things or 50 things or 25 things or even 10 things. Because when you put way too many things on your to-do list, you leave room for all those things that you won't accomplish. And that affects our psyche. That breaks our spirit. That breaks our drive. That breaks our motivation. Because when it hurts to see, wow, these are all the things that I didn't do. Focus management so much is about the drive, the push, the spirit. I believe in the power of 3. I believe in only putting 3 things on your to-do list. Just 3. I find that to be manageable. And I find it to be psychological. And I say psychological because I know that at the end of the day, we can do 3 things. we can do at least 3 things. And when we do those 3 things by the end of the day, we get this feeling of accomplishment. We get this boost of motivation, and we know that tomorrow we can do 3 things. And the day after that, 3 things. And the day after that, 3 things. And this also is backed up by research. I read this study that showed that if you put more than 9 things on your to-do list, you only have about a 65% chance of completing those tasks. And of course, the more you put on it, the lower the percentage goes. Now, 65%. Yes. 65% is not bad. But the same study shows that if you just put no more than 4 things on your to-do list, you have a 100% chance of completing all those tasks. Now that seems like simple math. Of course, if I put fewer things on my list, I'm going to do more. But once again, this is really more about being psychological. Because if I only expect to do 3 things, and I do those 3 things, then at the end of the day, I see that I've accomplished everything that I set out to do. And the best part about it is this. If you only put 3 things on your list, you're almost guaranteed to do more than that. So I had this student walk in my office, and she said, "Mr. Williams, I need my PSAT scores." And I said, "Well, I gave you your PSAT scores in December." She said, "Yeah, I know, but I lost them." I said, "Well, you got to work on your organizational skills." She said, I know, but I need them right now." I said, "Well, I can't get it for you right now because I'm in the middle of doing something, and I work in a large school. I work at Brooklyn Tech. Brooklyn Tech has about 5,500 students in it. So I said, your PSAT score is in a storage room with 4,000 other PSAT scores. I can't do that right now. But I will do it for you because I understand it's important, but I need to know, when do you need it by? She said, Friday-ish. I said, I don't know what that